Hey guys, Colton Gould, the Unorthodox Hunter here. Welcome back to another episode of the True Hunting Experiences podcast. As always, joined by my dad, Jimmy the Deer Man, and our newest member, Mason Armour here, is our special guest today. Macon.
Okay.
This guy, he's our guest.
One of us can say it right.
So Matt, why don't you introduce yourself then and tell us kind of why you're here and why you put on a shirt for the first time today.
Well, I'm Macon Armour. I'm from Wichita Falls, Texas. I grew up there my whole life. 2 years ago, I decided to pick the bow back up, and this is my first year ever doing any sort of remote target, archery, ASA, T.H.E, anything of that sort. And I found this place, and I love it. I mean,
Well, what about it is different from the other stuff that makes you drawn to it?
it's got to be the challenge and the learning of, okay, that deer is quartering right at me.
Mm-hmm.
I have no choice. It's either do or die time,
Right?
and it's like you just don't see that.
Right.
You don't practice that.
No.
Anybody that just goes home and like, okay, I'm gonna go shoot my bow for a little bit. They're shooting at a target facing straight at you with holes with just little dots on it.
Perfectly broadside,
Yeah.
wide open.
Instead, now you're coming out here on a course with the trees in your way. I mean, I've been on my knees countless times.
Well, I mean, and do you see it? I mean, because some people have a hard time seeing it. Is that's where our name, True Hunting Experiences, is that we're trying to put you in those do or die situations, because that turns around and makes the easy situation nothing.
Yeah, no, it helps a lot.
Right.
You can,
Like I've said before, whenever I'm setting targets, I am literally going down there. Early season, not so much, because most of us haven't picked up our bow since deer season. But especially by the time we get to state and world, I'm looking down there and go, where do I not want this deer to be standing if I'm trying to kill it?
yeah,
And that's where it gets put. I'm trying to practice for that worst case scenario, even sometimes setting a shot that I'm not telling you should take.
yeah.
But yeah, if you're at full draw and it's the biggest thing you've ever seen, you're probably going to pull the trigger.
Well,
No,
that's where
for sure.
that's where we have people all the time. We even had that discussion with one of the shooters yesterday. Is that, well, there's a few of these shots that, for my ethics, that I wouldn't took, and I like the way he put it that way, because that's what I was telling everybody. We throw that word around, ethics, all the time, and especially online, and we throw it out there to make somebody feel bad and concrete that my ethics are your ethics, and that's absolutely not true.
Or better than yours.
Yes, and the problem is that ethics is a fancy word for my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, when it boils down to it, because especially in a hunting sport like this, you take, for example, the long range shooting with a rifle. It is not ethical for me to take 1,000-yard shot at a pronghorn or whatever.
Yeah.
But the guy who sits out there and is set up for that and practices that all the time, and he can hit a baseball at 1,000 yards, why is it unethical for him?
Yeah.
It would be unethical for me. So me and his experiences has two different ethical limits. And our whole goal is to, as you're saying, push you beyond what you think you can do, for two reasons. Either you learn you can, or you absolutely learn you can't.
Yeah.
Both are important.
Yeah.
Because we practice that, and one of our slogans is practice it on foam before you practice on flesh and blood.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, we can have the ethical discussion. When he's this big, and it's you, him, and God, and you're right here, and this sentence goes through your head,
Yeah.
you didn't ever get to the word can, and so, and if the people that argue with that, they're either better than I am or they're lying.
Yeah.
It's fair.
I mean, it's like the frontal shot that you brought up a minute ago, practicing that. A lot of guys say that that's unethical, like you were just saying.
All the time.
I've killed 8.
I've killed
Whom did 0. How many did you kill?
I killed 6.
Wounded 0.
Yeah. Every one of them's died within sight.
And it's one of those, okay, for someone such as yourself, say last year, probably would have been unethical. 100%. Going into this season, do you think it's still unethical at this point? Or if he turns
a certain way, I know exactly what I'm going to do.
There you go. And so that means that your ethical limit has changed just in a season here.
Yeah.
And because your skill set has changed.
Yeah.
And that's truly what, when you're talking about ethics, it should be, this is my, when we're telling this to people, it shouldn't be, that's unethical because I wouldn't do it. It should be, my personal ethics wouldn't allow me to do that because of da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Instead, but we attack each other with the word ethics. And so that's what our whole goal is, to purposely set a few shots. It's not every shot, but a few, like Colton says, that's going to make you think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's also kind of the whole reason we took ethics out of the name. Because T.H.E. used to not be true hunting experiences. It used to be true hunting ethics.
Right.
I think someone might have been a little arrogant at the time when he named it that.
Well, but I was, yes, there was a lot of ethics, or a lot of, back then, there was a lot of me being arrogant. But really and truly, no, I just marketed that wrong. I meant that to be a question.
Yeah.
What is your true hunting ethics?
Yeah.
And people took it as that I was telling them that was their personal ethics.
Yeah.
And we even have that with the word extremes. And it's why, if you noticed on some of the logos, not extremes, on experiences, some of the logos, I've changed it to say extremes on the E, because I'm playing with the idea, will the word extremes get them to accept what we're coming out here to do? Just like Total Archery Challenge is that nobody gripes about shooting 110-yard whatever at TAC because it says it's the Total Archery Challenge, because I still have a few people are saying, well, that's not my hunting experience. I wouldn't do that. Okay, well, it's a game here. And that's what, there's two elements to it. Yes, we want to teach, but it's also a can you do it game.
Yeah. Well, tell us a little bit more about yourself, though. What is your experience? How long have you been hunting? You said you just picked the bow back up.
Yeah, so when I was little, I was hunting since I was as soon as I could walk.
Knee high to a grasshopper.
I was hunting. I loved it. I've loved it all my life. But going to high school, playing sports, that stuff just kind of takes it away for sure. And
you mean the fumes?
Yeah,
that's what Dad always says. But I always tell everybody every boy that we see in 3D, let's call it 90%. We see them from the time they're 5, 6 years old until they're 16. And we tell them that they disappear because of the fumes, the gas fumes and the perfumes. And we don't see them again until they're 23.
Oh, yeah.
And usually there's a kid with them.
Yeah. I will say that there's been a bunch of times where it's come down to the perfumes and the gasoline.
Yeah,
and it's taken me completely away from it. And then, like I said, 2 years ago when I picked it back up, it's just like, why did I ever put this down? Because where could I be if I would have 10 years ago when I stopped hunting? I probably did stop hunting. It's nothing compared to what it is now. Like last year, I chased a deer for, I think I said 52 sits chasing that one deer. And you couldn't have, I couldn't have
pulled you off.
It wouldn't have happened 5-10 years ago.
Right.
Would have never happened.
Because you wouldn't have seen a point to take the time.
No, not at all.
Right.
And now it's just everything's flipped.
Right.
Everything is flipped.
Well, you're also talking about, and we've agreed to do it. Tell us about where we're going to go next year. You being a new host.
So So the guy I do some work for, and we've kind of been doing slowly some guided stuff. We did some late season doe hunts up there, and he's a hunter. I mean, he doesn't have as much time because he's got kids and a wife and everything. But now it's kind of turned into, hey, we kind of want to start doing something with all this. So it's going to be in Charlie, Texas. It's a little town right outside of Wichita, probably about 10, 15 minutes outside.
Right.
So basically the equivalent of everybody knows where Ada is. I'm actually in Stratford. You say you're from Wichita until someone, oh, you actually know where that is. Well, I'm actually from over here.
Yeah. I'm actually from Petrolia, Texas, but I say I'm from Wichita.
Because it's the big town.
Yeah, just like I say I'm from Ada. Well, I'm actually, oh, you know where it is? Well, I'm actually in Stratford.
Yeah. But no, it's going to be in Charlie. We've already got the place set up.
Cool.
Where it's going to be, and it's going to be a really fun one.
Awesome.
Cool. What kind of terrain are we looking at there?
Well, if you're from North Texas, you'll understand the flatland and the mesquite trees and some trees, but mainly it's going to be a lot of flatland. And there's going to be, and it's kind of hilly. It's a little hilly in spots,
right?
But there's creeks and everything. It's nothing like this. Not these green trees.
Well, I'm excited. I haven't gotten to play with that kind of terrain and mesquite in a while. But so that sounds like it's going to be fun to set a course in.
But we have like a lot of tanks, a lot of stock tanks that go high up, go low. So
for you Okies, those are ponds.
Oh.
That's an interesting thing that different regions.
Oh, I've heard that a million times. What's a tank? Like a military tank? I'm like, no.
That's what I first thought when someone said it. I was like, you mean we're shooting off a Sherman? That's a freaking awesome.
Yeah. That's always been an interesting thing to me, is that there are little things like that are called something different in a different region.
Yep.
Like whether or not, some people, and I forget, but it's northern people, I think, call what we call a creek. No, that's a
creek.
Yeah, it's a creek.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. So it's always interesting to me. But so we're definitely going to get to experience something different.
Oh, it'll be a completely different terrain.
Awesome.
Right. Awesome. It's going to be. And when did you say it's beginning of March?
We're going to try to do it if we can at the end of February.
Hopefully it's cold, because y'all are going to understand what that wind's like up there with no trees. And
gotcha.
Well, it sounds like a good opportunity to do some drop flesh footage potentially.
Yeah, no, you can definitely do whatever you want out there. Whatever you want to sling, you sling.
And so we're also going to use the event to promote y'all's guided hunt service too.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So hey guys, be watching for that. That we'll put up some footage and stuff, and we'll probably see if we can't match up with them to do some stuff to get some of their footage to put it on the footage here to promote what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So Malcolm, man, I'm excited to have you on board. You're one of those people that you just get to know so easy.
Yeah.
There's some people that are hard to get to know, but you come to 3 or 4 events this year, and you just ask the question that people got to ask about getting on this stuff. How do I get on one of those shirts? And it went from there. And we literally told you, hey, let us pray about it.
Yeah.
And and then God just really feels like He's putting this relationship together.
Yeah.
Well, so I got before we wrap up here, I do have a question that I want to start asking just every guest, because everybody has an answer to this question that's different. One, what's your favorite hunting story to tell? Because everybody has one that, oh, dude, I love telling.
Okay, so this actually happened last year. It was after I was chasing a buck that I called Showtime, and it was in Oklahoma. And I get up there, get set up, and at the time I video everything.
Mm-hmm.
I video all my hunts. I'm still making a video on this deer. Hopefully, I finally get to catch up to him. But that is also what I'm trying to do, is become the influence type on YouTube with all of it.
Right.
But back to that, I get up in my tree stand, and this is not a joke. This is not me bull crapping nothing. I get up there, it's cold. It's cold. I'm like, man, I want to go home. I was like, maybe I just need to do something to warm myself up. So I get up. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna take a pee right here on my tree.
Yeah.
It's late December, whatever. I'm peeing, and sure enough, here comes a pretty good buck that I passed up on multiple times. But it's late season. I'm like, man, I think I'm gonna take that deer.
Yeah.
So I am peeing while trying to grab my bow. I'm sitting here, just everything out. I'm looking at the deer, and he's looking at me like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I don't even know what I'm thinking right now. But sure enough, I ended up peeing on myself. So there's my warmth for the morning. But after that, I was like, okay, I will never live this down if anyone finds out. So now I guess
now it's on the internet. So,
but the other thing about like T.H.E is I have a lot of friends up north that ASA.
Yeah,
ASA is it's fun.
Oh, it's a great
hard.
organization.
It's hard. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love the challenge of it.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy Chris Strawn, he's tearing it up, and he's the one that's got me into it so much over there with him. And I bet if I had to put money on it, he's gonna win. He'll win True of the Year and everything else over there this year. But I know I have a lot of guys that are like, well, I'm not that good, because you're shooting at a 4x4 circle.
Yeah.
Oh, for 15?
Yeah. For your 12.
About a baked potato.
Your 10s and your 12s.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of people like, well, I'm not that good, like I'm used to hunting. So I'm like, okay, let me show you what this is. And that's mainly the big reason why I did want to come on here too. Because this is a completely different ballgame.
Right.
Yeah,
it's still 3D, but it's not the same game at all, man.
No, this is a straight, you're going to learn where that vital is, how to shoot that animal, way it's standing, and that's what I fell in love with.
Right.
Well, and that's something else that I really like about whenever we get to host events here at the house, is because, like this weekend, there are 2 sets of scorings out there you ain't seen yet.
Oh, great.
Because here at the house, I don't remember what number it is, but out there is a bear. It's a standard walking black bear, quartered away, walking uphill. So now those scorings are up and around, and you're missing his hip and his spine, and what he was actually designed for is I had a shot shooting downhill, kind of like out of a tree stand, and he's supposed to be that 20 yards walking quartered away from you, and you got to hit not just down here, but now you got to hit up here at the top of the rib cage to come down and through everything. Well, we can use that angle over here when he's walking up a slope that you're still shooting level, but it's that same tree stand shot.
Yeah.
And the other one, slightly less realistic, Bigfoot. You haven't seen those yet? Because we haven't had a standing bear, but it's basically the same as what we would do with a standing bear. Hearts, you got your 15. Instead of your 15 being at the bottom of everything, now it's right here in the middle of everything. You've got a 10, a 10, a 10, a T-shaped 12.
Yeah.
So,
well, and you're also fixing to join the Darton world through the archery shop, right?
Yeah, Darton is. I'm going straight with Darton.
Cool.
Darton will be with however long I stay with him.
Well, there you go.
With y'all.
Because when you're joining T.H.E, you're also joining the True Precision family here, and
which is where we're at.
Yeah, that's where we're in the archer shop. We've got the Darton bows behind it, and I believe that 33 that's green is the one that we're fixing to rig up for you.
Yep, that'll be it right there.
Awesome. And you talk about the ASA. For example, I have not personally owned 2 bows in probably 30 years.
Yeah.
I've always just done everything with one.
Yeah.
And for the first time, I ordered this red one that's behind us because I will be shooting that at the ASA State Championship to promote the shop and the other. And hey, I thought, if I'm going to go shoot the ASA stuff, well, I need to look pretty and look the part.
And that's another thing that I learned very quickly. When we shot together, my first ever one
was that an ASA.
Yeah, it was right here in Arden.
Yeah,
and you just kept hitting just below because you're used to hunting. And I was just like, because honestly, what I was intending to do that day was I intended to go do what you was doing on accident. Was I was going to pull down. I would have no intention of winning, but I intended as a marketing scheme to accidentally pull down and shoot a few in our 15 and go, damn, another 15. I'm not used to aiming up there. And eventually someone in the group would ask, I didn't need to do that because you kept hitting up there. I was like, well, there's another 15. There's another 15. You finally went, what the hell are you talking about?
Exactly. And we used to have our team members. We used to tell them, is that, listen, if you know you're having a bad day anyway, we tell them otherwise go try to win.
Yeah.
Because look, if you're having a bad day, just rip back there and shoot them in the guts. Crap, -5.
Yeah.
You know, and just go on. Don't say anything else. And about the third time you do it, somebody's going, what do you mean -5?
Well, that happened yesterday. Well, they had their event in Ardmore yesterday. It's a bow shack.
Yeah.
And every time I would hit an 8, I'd be like, oh, it's -5. And then they're like, what? I'm like, no, I'm sorry, it's 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it's turned into such a, like you said, I have a Darton Sequel 35 now.
Yeah.
ST that I got from Chris, and it going from a hunting rig to a target
rig. Yeah.
It is day and night different.
It's two different things. It's two different worlds.
Day and night different. And I mean, I've gone up and I shoot PS-23s from Black Eagle arrows, and
we have those here in stock too at Troops Through Archery.
yeah. So I don't know. I go from shooting these little diameter arrows to
the Lincoln Logs.
Freaking, I guess you can say pinky sized arrows, and it's like, what in the world? But
yeah,
it's part of the game.
Yeah,
so
it's absolutely
right.
I have no judgment on what anybody does over there that shoots in it. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to win.
It's a great organization, and we're actually taking the traveling bow shop, and we're going to be at the ASA State Championship with it.
Perfect.
So,
for Oklahoma.
I paid or going to pay for a booth space up there.
Perfect.
And we're going to be up there showing the Darton bows. If somebody wants to buy one, and you've seen that, we can set it up right there on the site and get it going.
So we'll be showing off Darton bows, other stuff in the shop. Of course, jack them up. Be showing off some of that, and of course, Deerman's as well. I'll be bringing a few targets there, and that way people can come over and look at this and go, what, why, how?
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me. You get it and you bought into it, but that there's so many people that they'll come into this, and because they have such a target mindset, that they can't buy into the score rings moving until you get them to go, okay, put your hunting mind on, and you're shooting to the offside shoulder. Yeah. Because they if they're just thinking a target concept, they think I'm just moving the score rings around. But then when they look at the 12 ring, is always shooting to the offside shoulder. That's how I drew it.
Yeah.
So that's something, and the other reason they do that is because it's in such a target mindset. I haven't seen it real bad in a while, but it's something that I used to see going to the ASAs, and you've been to a few more of them than I have at this point this year. Maybe you'll be say if it's something that still happens. But when a club setting up for an ASA using conventional scorings or even just a normal club shoot, when they turn it to what would be our quartering 2 or our 60 away shot, just to make the score rings tinier, to make it more difficult, you are doing your shooters a disservice with conventional scorings, because you are teaching them subconsciously that's where you're supposed to hit an animal, even when it's turned, quartered, whatever direction. Because I can't say how many times we've seen that even when they come to our stuff for the first time and we just have a 45, that they pull up and hit a 10, and they're confused of, what do you mean that's a 10? That's where the ring should be. No, look at where your arrow went through. You only got one lung, and even worse when it's quarter and 2 and 4 away, and now it's a -5.
Yeah, we have people.
To me, it's one of those, how many deer get wounded, and people say, I'll never take that quarter and 2, or I'll never take that hard quarter away shot again. They 12 ringed him. ASA 12.
Yeah.
And they didn't find that deer because quarter and 2, you put it behind the shoulder, that's a gut shot.
Yeah.
Good luck finding him. Quartered away, man, you'll get lucky if he comes out his windpipe.
Yeah. I mean, that is definitely just the difference in ASA and this.
What we're doing. It's not a right or wrong. It's a different mindset of what we're trying to do.
Yeah. And I mean, to me, like, I think it's cool that there's 2 different ways of, hey, I know how to hit a 12 ring from 50 yards out without even having think about it.
Right.
Then come out here and be like, okay, well, I'm trying to hit the 16.
Yeah.
Because that's my kill shot.
Right.
And that's what I've seen the most so far is guys practice so much with the ASA part of it, and which is fun.
Absolutely.
Whatever. I'm trying my butt off to do it, but it's hard.
Yeah, both games are hard, but you have to approach them from a different mindset.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah, and that's the most frustrating part to me about it is like, that shot would have been that's a hard shot.
Well, the whole way TK in my mind started being developed when I drew the card that is on the website, on the front page of my website, it's a little white card that I just took a picture of and posted on there. I drew that original drawing. I drew that all by hand, but that is supposed to be a natural look within the and I put the ASA rings on it and then overlaid the TK score rings. And it was literally developed for this reason. We would be out there shooting because when we started T.H.E, we used conventional score rings because, hey, that's what was on the target.
Yeah.
And we just used the IBO center as the 15. The 16 didn't exist then. And then the 10 was 12, the 8 was 10, and then you had the -5. But we would hear people all the time shoot. That arrow would drop right down there at the bottom of the 8 ring, right behind the leg, and somebody in the group go, I'd take that shot in a while, but it ain't going to do you much good here. Why? Wait, what are we doing? That's what my mindset was. Okay, we need score rings that reward that. If everybody here agrees, I'd take that shot in the wild, but it's not going to do any good here. Now, I get the ASA score ring was developed and designed to teach you to shoot center loaded.
Precise.
Yes, and to pick a spot.
Pick a spot.
And if you actually notice, and we didn't do this on purpose, but once we developed the 16 ring, the center of my 16 ring is almost on most targets exactly where the ASA 12 ring is at.
Yeah.
It's right there in the center. It's elongated, but it's almost in the same spot.
Yeah. And that's like me and Chris, like we were talking on the way home, like Chris is a phenomenal shooter.
Right.
I mean, you tell him where to put that arrow, he's going to put it there. And that's another big key thing about ASA. Like those guys that's what they're training. That's what they train for. You hit that dot, that is what I'm here to do.
Right.
And I like the fact of I can go to that and go to this because I get two different learning experiences. Absolutely. I get to learn how to hit a little pin quarter hole, and I also get to come out here and learn how to hit shot play 45 yards away with an animal looking directly away from me.
Right.
And that's what I like about it the most because I'm getting best of the both worlds. Really.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely.
Well, it sounds like we've got some shooters showing up. So let's wrap this up. And
this is Sunday of the Oklahoma State Championship.
Yeah, we got to go sign people in. So let's go have some fun. Guys, if y'all stuck around to the end here, please hit like and subscribe. Do all the YouTube stuff, all that stuff. Again, we appreciate you staying to the end. Y'all have a great day. Good luck this fall.